Imagine calling to your dog in the moment of danger and them sprinting towards you full speed, no matter the distractions. This is the power of a bulletproof recall. In this video, I will share my proven method for achieving exactly that. Nika actually doesn't love being on the camera, so it's just gonna be me. A reliable recall, of course, is something that is necessary for safety and control for your dog, but it's also one of the best relationship building exercises out there. A formal recall that you might see in obedience competitions has so many components to it, and each of those needs to be taught separately. To give you an example, they are the down position that we start with before the recall, which in itself has separate components. Then there is the speed, the fast recall, and the precise and straight position in front of you, and the finish exercise. Teaching the formal recall is such a fun project, and it will make you look like a pro master trainer. And I will have a separate video to cover the formal recall and all the components that go into it. For now, let's focus on creating a reliable informal recall for everyday situations. And this is where the foundation for the formal recall starts as well. So the very first and probably the most fun part of the recall that we're going to work on is the speed, the speedy recall. It's so much fun to watch those professional athlete dogs run full speed towards the handler in a competition, and your dog can get there as well. To do that, have someone to restrain your puppy when you are inside, and the person who is holding the puppy should allow them some movement and some expression of their frustrations. But what you should do is start running away from the puppy while calling to them and enticing them to follow you, and that will build up the frustration within them, and once they're released, will make them run to you fast. So what you do is you run off maybe 10, 15, 20 paces to begin with. You stop, you turn and face the puppy, make a pause, and then you give a clear recall command. Make sure to add some zing to your command, okay? It has to be a bit explosive. Make your recall word, such as come or here, make this word stand out for your dog with the energy in your voice. It will come in very handy later on when there are some distractions around and you need to call your dog to you. So when the puppy is running towards you and you notice that they're just starting to slow down, get animated. Start running backwards a little bit, clap your hands, call to your puppy, entice them in any way possible, and just show them that running to you as fast as they could was the right decision. Make it a game, make it fun. Don't be too formal yet. We're not there yet. And when they reach you, make it a huge celebration. Jump around, hug, make some body contact with the puppy, play with them. Just show them in every way possible how happy you are that they have gotten to you. Now, I know this exercise is so much fun, but don't overdo it. Train this maybe twice a week maximum, and do not repeat this more than 3 times during one training session. Definitely avoid the one more time syndrome here. The second game that we're going to play, and that is also going to help you build your recall foundation, is hide and seek. It is also so much fun to play this game with your puppy. Have someone to restrain your puppy as well, but with you out of sight, and just run off and hide somewhere behind a tree, a bench, any object that you have handy in the vicinity, and call your puppy's name and have the person who's been holding them or keeping them behind the door somewhere, have them release the puppy. And in the beginning, and also if your puppy is young, don't make them search for you for too long or especially lose interest. If you see they're struggling a bit or having a hard time looking for you, then call their name again. Just make the first several searches easy and fun. And of course, when the puppy finds you, celebrate with abundance. Jump around and play and hug and have all kinds of fun. Demonstrate to your puppy that you're also very happy to get reunited with them, and bring that emotion into this exercise. That will help you so much to establish that connection and bond with your puppy. It kind of shows them that you are a pack, you are a unit. You are not to be separated, and building this connection plays a key role in our foundation for an instant recall. And it goes without saying, of course, that these games of speedy recall and hide and seek should be played in a safe, fenced area. The third and final exercise in our recall foundation building is leadership. This might present a bit of a challenge for some people, but this piece is crucial. And I highly recommend that you make a point of teaching your puppy that you are the leader of your little unit and pack. This literally is the secret sauce to the whole concept. So how do you show to your puppy that you are a leader? It's kind of one of those things that are simple but not easy. What you need to do is to simply act as a leader, and that is easier said than done, but I will give you an exact technique and blueprint to follow. You want to start on this exercise when your puppy is between 10 and 16 weeks old. I don't recommend waiting longer than that. So what you do is you find a place where there are no other dogs and people around. I live in a busy suburban area, but if I go to a park after it rained, or especially after it rained on a weekday morning, I pretty much have the whole park to myself. Or if I walk off some distance away from the parking lot, I definitely have a lot of area that doesn't have any dogs or people in it. And that's where I teach this leadership exercise. So I start by walking my puppy on a trail somewhere, and when I'm in a safe area and away from the parking lot, I let my puppy off leash. Now, before I do that, and during the whole time that my puppy is off leash, I keep an eye on both directions. I make sure to look at all times for any signs of other people approaching, and if I see someone coming towards us, I will simply call the puppy to me and put a leash back on them. You definitely want to make sure that this is a safe exercise. I will also call the puppy to me and put them on a leash if my field of view is too obstructed. We are coming up on a turn and I just cannot see what's behind it. I will be safe and put the puppy on a leash instead of having another park goer surprise us from around the corner. Okay, so when your puppy is off leash, you just start walking forward without any hesitation. You don't stop and call or wait for your puppy. You don't coax them to follow you. A leader assumes that the followers will follow, and your puppy will most likely follow you instinctively. If they don't follow you, or if they get so interested in sniffing something that they are about to lose you out of sight, what you need to do is hide behind a tree and let them realize that you're gone. If they're still not paying attention, you can call their name at this point when you're hidden behind a tree, and they will start looking for you and they will come running, and allow them to find you rather quickly here. Don't make it into a too long or a too frustrating of a search. And when they find you, what do we do? Of course, we celebrate. Your puppy just got reunited with you after being lost for a moment, right? So give them hugs and other body contact during this celebration. That will strengthen your emotional connection and will show to your puppy that you actually didn't like them being away from you. With younger puppies, you can start this exercise right away without any special preparations. With older puppies, 4 to 5 months old, you need to make sure that they have mastered the first two exercises, that is running towards you at full speed and playing hide and seek. When you see that they show a lot of enthusiasm for those two games, then you can start practicing the third leadership exercise. Just a few sessions of this leadership exercise will teach your puppy that sticking to you and looking for you is in their best interest. They definitely don't want to be lost. And you can see little Liesel here doing just that. She's running around and running in front of me, but she's stopping constantly and looks where I'm at. So these three exercises build a strong foundation for our recall, and they also strengthen your bond and leadership with your puppy. But when your puppy reaches the age of 6 to 9 months, they might start to be defiant. They might test your leadership, and that's where the method that I developed comes in handy. Just to give you some understanding of the concept, what I do is I show to the puppy that running from me is fruitless. It brings no fun, no joy. It's just really not a good idea. And when the puppy learns this at that rebellious teenage age, it becomes a solid concept for them for life. I will cover this method in great detail in one of my next videos, so please don't forget to subscribe. In the meantime, let's go out there and practice our recall foundations with our puppies.